When I say to you, primitive build, what comes to your mind? What do you think of? Do you think of John Plant doing the Primitive Technology channel? Do you think of Chad Zuber doing his channel? Is that what the images come to your mind when you think primitive build? That's what come to my mind. And I was researching to do this reaction video, and I was just looking for videos to do. So I typed into YouTube primitive build. Yeah, I found John and I found Chad. It took a bit. I'm sorry to say it, but I've just got to say it as I see it. There's a lot of on YouTube when you type in primitive build. Are they serious? Do they really believe that people are going to think this is real primitive skills? Have a look at this. This is typing in primitive build, and we're going to scroll through and look at all the crap that's on there. Like, look at these channels. Like, there's so many of them. And the reason there's so many of these terrible videos, like for me they're terrible videos, they have a place, I guess, because they're getting millions of views. Like, that's the reason they're pumping out these videos. If they weren't getting views, no one else would copy it and do a similar video. But the fact that people are watching this garbage, and it just drives more of this garbage to be made. Now, I don't have a problem per se with them making this content, because obviously people are interested in watching it. It's got a place, it's entertaining, and I don't like it because if they didn't put the whole primitive part to it and pretend that they're doing this with primitive hand tools and making this somehow waterproof paint they find in the bush, and this primitive cement that they're just finding, if they weren't doing all that, I still wouldn't watch it, because it's just rubbish. Like, what's the point of it? To me, you never see them do these videos where they go back out and they revisit this shelter that they built, or this amazing thing that they built. You never see that, because they don't do it. They make it once and then they move on to the next project, and they leave behind a big hole in the ground and all this rubbish everywhere. That's the part that annoys me. The part that they lie to people and say that it's primitive when it's clearly not. And they say that they built it in a few days or whatever, when it's clearly a team of people using heavy machinery and everything else to build this. I don't even know what you call it. What do you call this? What is that? Like, it's an airplane shelter. What? And then there's other videos which I won't even show the thumbnails of, but they annoy the hell out of me as well, because they're using animals in the videos. They're going out and they're getting puppies that they've found that have been abandoned, and then they make a castle or something for this pup. What? Why? I very much doubt they're finding these abandoned puppies. I'm thinking they're just getting a dog or a cat, or a puppy or a kitten, throwing it in a rubbish pile, and then coming along and go, oh, look, I found a... I haven't watched them to even know, and I don't plan to watch them, because I just, it's just. If you want to watch some real primitive build, then don't search for primitive build on YouTube, because obviously you're not going to find it, or you will, but you have to scroll through all that rubbish to find it. If you want to see real primitive build, then check the video description. I'll put a link to John Plant's channel, Primitive Technology, and I'll put a link to Chad Zuber's channel there as well. So you can check on both of them. You can actually see and learn primitive skills. You see the hard work that they're putting in that's not faked. So check those guys out, and yeah, sorry for the rant, but